And give me a no. Give me a yes. There you go. Just keep his head moving a little bit. Just a little animated stuff.
I know.
Give me a little jiggle. Okay. Give me yeah. Just move his. That's good. Like that. Do it slower if you can. Nice. And a yes. And one more now. Okay guys, I'm here. I'm showing you what you're going to need to make the Baby Groot puppet. You're going to need, of course, a 3D printed Baby Groot without his head, a hot glue gun, a drill with a drill bit. I think it's a quarter inch or 3/8 inch drill bit, a bike cable that you can get at Walmart, wherever. Any place that sells bike cable. It has to be loose enough so that you can spin it inside the housing, inside the cable housing. Okay? And I have a 3D printed pen, which I use on a 3D printing pen, which I use on the Baby Groot 2. You don't need it, but it comes in handy for the little details around his neck here, because I extended his neck, but you can use like DAS putty or any air drying plastic clay to build up there if you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is, you got the head and the neck. What you're going to do is decide which shoulder you want it on. If you want them standing, like however you want them standing, so that you can drill a hole through here. We're going to drill a hole through here, straight down. This is honeycomb inside, honeycomb infill, through his leg, and have it come out the bottom of his foot. So the cable can come out the bottom of his foot, run down the back of your shoulder, and then you can control it. You control the puppet with your left hand or right hand, whichever, and it all depends on which shoulder you put it on. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the hole now, and then I'll show you afterwards. Okay? Okay guys, once you've got the hole drilled through the foot and the neck, take the cable and run it up through the leg and out the top. Okay, so you should have a hole here, it'll connect in the middle. You're gonna have to bore through it. It's a 5/16 inch drill bit I used for the length and bigger width, and the head will look like this. It'll look like this. You have a hole in the neck. What's gonna happen is we're gonna take this cable and put it in here, and then we're going to take this, and being that this cable is the length I need to make the puppet work on the shoulder, it could be longer and you could trim it. This one's shorter so that a child could wear it. A person with shorter arms than mine can use it. The first one I made was pretty much my length, or the person who was operating it pulled it behind their back, and she controlled it from her left side. It's whichever's more comfortable for you. But the more kink or more bend you put in the cable, the funnier the head movement became. It wasn't as extreme on the up and down, yes, no. So it should look like this, hole down here, hole up here, and the cable through there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this over with some pliers, and I'm going to fold it over, bend it, and then you could do this with a glue gun, but I'm going to do it with my 3D printing pen. You're going to take it and you're going to make a put a dab of glue on there. This also helps with the pen. Let's put some glue on here, and then you're going to make a little nub that you're going to insert into the hole here to hold the neck, to hold the head, so it'll spin, so it'll turn when you want it to spin. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then come back, okay? Just so you know, the noise you're hearing in the background is my 3D printer. I'm printing off a Titan robot for Warhammer 40K. I'm going to sell that off on my Etsy channel. So I'll put a link on that if you want. If you're interested in that, I'll show pictures. So basically, you need a little nub. You need a little end piece here. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick it inside his neck. Now, if it's hot glue, you can use hot glue, and if it's 3D pen, which is what this is, just stick it in there, place it where you want, and then I recommend, if you're going to do a lot of stuff with 3D printing with PLA or ABS, get a 3D printing pen. It comes in very handy for filling in holes, missing layers, adding additional pieces to props or whatever you're doing. But it's rough stuff. It's not going to be super fine detail like the 3D print that comes off of here. It's mainly, I use it to stick the pieces together instead of glue, because it's a lot stronger. It's almost like plastic welding it together then. And then if there's any gaps, instead of using filler or compound, I use a 3D pen, fill that in and sand that down, and then I'll use filler later. So once that's in there, that's what it's going to look like. You're going to have a little neck piece in there, and so what you're going to be able to do is, so when the head's in there, you'll be able to turn the head. Okay? But right now the cable's really long. So you'll be able to turn the head and everything on that. So when he's there, let's see if I can get it in there for you. So when it's in there and his head's stabilized, you can do the little, the yes no is done a different way. I'll show you how that's done. So there's the head, there's the head, there's the piece in there. And I'll show you from here what to do. What we're going to do from here is it's a little bobbly. This is almost like a bobblehead now. Because the cable's in there a little off, little on an angle, you're going to get the height you want here for the neck, and what you're going to do, and then glue it in the center. You're going to hot glue it. Hot glue works better on contact with the rubber on the cable housing, on the brake cable housing. We're going to hot glue it to the height we want in here, so that the head will sit on the neck piece, and we're going to glue it right in there. But do not get glue in on this cable piece. If you do, just take a utility knife and cut it off, but try to keep it off of there. Keep it all on here and on the neck, okay? And then I'm going to come back from there. Basically, you take the hot glue gun, go in here, and glue it in there. But I'll come back, I'll pause, and I'll show you afterwards. Okay, guys? Sorry, there's one more thing I forgot. What we're going to do is, so that when the head doesn't go spinning around like in The Exorcist, so he's not going to be doing doing that, what we're also going to do is I've got some nylon fishing line. Some it almost looks like it's heavy duty. I think it's Dacron. What you're going to do is take a piece of that, probably about an inch, inch and a half, and I want you to tie a knot in this end and then this end. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a little hole up in the neck here. I'm going to stick that in the hole there, and then you can hot glue it or 3D print pen over it with the plastic. And you're going to take the other end, you're going to put it in a hole in the neck down here, and what that's going to do is it's going to create a little piece of cable, or a little piece of filament or string. It's going to keep the head from spinning completely around. It'll allow it just to go like this and this, and it'll also act as an anchor point here. It'll act as an anchor point right there, so that when this cable is pushed up, it doesn't pop off like this. This pushes up and this keeps it down. This keeps it from going up, and what it'll do is it'll gives you the the nod. Okay, so make sure there's we're gonna have a string connected to the bottom of the neck there into here, and so you can glue that here, put a little hole, glue it there before you glue this on. Okay, before you glue this in place. Sorry about that, guys. Put that there, then you'll set the height, and when you glue this in place, you can also glue the string in place just in front of, we're going to do it in front of this, so probably about here. Hopefully you can see that. About here you're going to do it, and it's going to be a cable in front, center of his chin, so it keeps the head from spinning around like this. It'll let him do a no to about there and there, depending on how long the string is. It'll allow him to do that, and then you'll be able to do that. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. And here it is. I'm going to be giving away a standing Baby Groot, so you have to be subscribed to the channel and look in the description below for other details. And if you guys like videos like this, I'll do more making of videos, how-to videos, and probably do giveaways with those. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.